stand in the dark and you hear people yelling for help and no one can get to them. It's a totally different experience.
My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, murdering over 18,000 people's babies. Mama's traumatized on August 23rd, 2005. Katrina started forming in the Bahamas at a category 1. Then moving on to Florida, destructing some buildings and houses, even taking a few lives. When it reached the Gulf of Mexico, it maximized to a category 3. And on the morning of August 29th, Katrina, the 6th strongest hurricane ever recorded in history, began to conquer the world. And thousands of evacuees huddled in sorrow, grouping in the Superdome, and winds were blowing up to 140 miles per hour. 80% in New Orleans was underwater. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entered the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. So I think that it may be safe to say this wasn't just your average day. Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana all suffered the most in this surprising storm. From out of the Gulf of Mexico, ending on August 30th with one monkey wreck and it's off of the coast without homes. People that were already poverty-stricken, kicked to an even deeper financial rut. Dozens of casinos with over billions of dollars that were employed. Over 10,000 people were floating in the water. 260 people died in Gulfport, Mississippi. That is directly where my father and his family of 5 lost their home, evacuated to his work at the golf course as they huddled in a little room listening to the freight train rumbling wind vibrate the walls, and the water would have been pushed a mile further. They would have died and they would have lost their lives. 216 dead toll may have rise. 221 divine inspiration is what I take into consideration every day that I wake and know that they're still alive. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They still managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. President Bush was on a week-long vacation in Texas, didn't make it to Louisiana till August 30th. To some critics, that was absurd shit. Looters drove forklifts in the windows of pharmacies, ransacked other businesses, and even tucked to the slot machines. Reinforcements dragged bodies trapped in attics. Massive tragic, natural disasters, bodies in ditches in between roads. My father and his family went to see what happened in their home. It had collapsed, sentimental items washed away, including Kelly's father's guitar. Was sad to say, but nature knew that this was coming, tearing Eastern North America apart. I'm just glad to say that they made it safe back to Cali, and 4 years later, they're back in Gulfport, Mississippi.
There's an entire casino on a barge that was picked up and just moved hundreds of yards. There's a seal. There have been 3 seals lying in a parking lot for 24 hours. People have been trying to pour water on it. They finally came by and shot one of them to death just to put it out of its misery.
My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet. My father lost his house in Hurricane Katrina, entering the surface of Louisiana, causing $75 billion in estimated damages. They managed to make it back to Cali with $40 in his wallet.
300 soldiers of the Arkansas National Guard have landed in the city of New Orleans. These troops are fresh back from Iraq. They are well-trained, experienced, battle-tested, and under my orders to restore order in the streets. These are some of the 40,000 extra troops that I have demanded. They have M16s and they're locked and loaded. I have one message for these hoodlums. These troops know how to shoot and kill, and they are more than willing to do so if necessary, and I expect they will.
Hoodlums who have been shooting at rescuers, intimidating the suffering, and preventing food caravans from entering the city. One state senator summing up the danger. You can't rescue people when you're being shot.